That girl, she's all over the internet, but what if you're not white? What if you're not rich? What if you don't have the resources? Welcome to my take on that girl routine where you can actually be her just without the pressure of looking like her. So, starting off in the morning, my first effort is always to wake up a bit early and squeeze in a little workout session before my brain tricks me into procrastination. Speaking for myself, for me, it is really difficult to be disciplined with my workouts. Some days I just ugh, don't want to get into it. But that's what that girl is about. She pushes through, she is more disciplined than I am today. And basically, if I look at it as a better version of myself in the future, she would be really badass and she would not allow me to slack off even a single day. She will be kicking ass and taking care of her body. Pain is gain, my friends. Now let's just hop into the shower because nobody is here to be stinky. And neither to be messy, so let's just clean up the room. And after all that external jazz is done, let's just focus on ourselves. And what better way to start with skincare because it's the largest organ on our body. And here I'm using Snail Mucin 96 Essence from Cosrx, and it is amazing. It's a boon for oily skin. Everybody should get it, period. Then just a little bit of lip balm and obviously SPF. We cannot go without SPF. It's just mandatory. It prevents skin cancer. It makes you look younger for longer because it prevents sun damage. Everything good is sunscreen. So don't miss it. A bonus tip to all the oily skin people, just apply a little bit of translucent or mineral powder over your sunscreen and you won't get that sticky, oily and sweaty feeling after some time that you usually get. Now here I'm applying Innisfree's no sebum mineral powder, but you can use anything and don't worry, it's not makeup. For me, that girl is me, my better self, my future self few years down the line. Someone who takes care of her body and mind. Now both of these have two subcategories. When it comes to body, it's external body and internal health. And when it comes to mind, it's mental health and adding value to my brain through studying, learning and all that jazz. So I have an entrance exam and an interview coming really soon, so I'm going to brush up on my current affairs as well as go through the main topics of my subject. This is going to take a few hours, so catch you in a bit. Now that I've studied a bit and added something into my head, now I'm going to take care of my face and I'm going to get ready a bit because I was planning to take some photos and edit it. So yes, while I'll be doing that, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on this that girl aesthetic trend, whatever you may call it. For some weird reason, everything is yellow today, from my infused water to my palette to what I'm wearing. As of the that girl trend, I feel like trends come and go and that's why I rarely hop on them. But what I feel that we can do differently with that girl trend is that we can treat it as a lifestyle more than an aesthetic. Because you see, it's fairly easy to look a certain aesthetic if you have a lot of greenery in your pocket. But the question that everyone should ask themselves is that, do they really want to do that? Be it Tumblr girl, e-girl, Visco girl, Insta baddie, whatnot. Like, do you actually resonate with it? Do you actually want to be her, or you just want to look like her? Do you just want to contribute to consumerism and stuff like that, or is it something that really tingles your toes? That is the only reason why I don't just fall for the aesthetic part of it and actually dig a bit deeper into being that person and embodying her? For me, the answer is definitely yes, because I want to be that girl, because I consider and treat it as my own better self that I am going to achieve in few years. And I want to be in that time and place where this particular routine that I'm doing becomes a force of habit rather than an intentional and conscious effort. So I would suggest that before blindly following any trend, look for its functionality in your own life. Think of it this way: just as you have your own personality and individuality, the same way you will have to tailor-make your own authentic version of that girl routine, which feels and looks like you, rather than a typical copy-paste from Pinterest. Groom yourself, polish your skills, discipline yourself in a customized way that you know will work for you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those were my 2 cents on this topic, and here is the before and after of how my edited picture looks like. Moving on, 1:30 p.m. is the time around which I usually have my brunch, and that is because I do intermittent fasting. So I usually start off with apples, this apple cider vinegar gummy, safi, along with orange juice. There are multiple benefits of intermittent fasting, which I will be listing on the screen. You know what I impulsively want to do? I want to trim my curtain bangs again, because that girl is someone who has her hairstyle on fleek. So let's get to hair grooming. Since I have thin hair, I don't take a lot of hair for cutting. This side has more defined curtain bangs. So now my hair are sorted and I'm happy. Now that I've taken a good amount of break, I did my makeup, I ate, I clicked picture, I edited, then I did my hair, and now it's time to study again. There is a digital marketing course that I've been putting off for a long time. I finally want to get it done with and just take it out of my list. So let's go and do that. After doing that course for a while, I was pretty much drained and dead. So in order to pick myself up, I started to randomly sketch something. Personally, I'm very artistically and creatively inclined. So whenever I feel overwhelmed or worked up, I resort to doing some sort of artistic thing. And it's really peaceful and therapeutic. Free therapy. I quickly made a below average sketch because mainly I was craving to paint with those bold and satisfying paintbrush strokes, and I cannot even begin to explain you how oddly satisfying and soothing that process is for me. After I was done, I felt so light and relaxed, as if my spirits have been lifted to cloud 9. And whenever I am in such a low and drained out mood, my motive of painting shifts from having a perfect portrait at the end to just letting go and try to get my mind off everything. 8:12 p.m. and this is the dinner. We all know that girl is supposed to eat healthy, but we're being realistic here, okay? We have our cheat days and it's one of those. It's currently 11:30 p.m. and it's time for me to journal. So every few nights I make it a point to just let out all of my emotions, everything that's worrying me, any problem that I'm facing, any insecurity that I have. just everything that's going on in my head. So this way it just keeps my mental health in check, and I also make a list of things that I'm grateful for. It just makes you appreciate the things that you already have. It makes you feel grounded. For a brief moment, it helps you to just stop cribbing and be appreciative and thankful for whatever you have. And in that moment you realize how selfish you are. You're always asking God or manifesting one thing or the other, whereas you take very little time to appreciate that now you have the thing that you've been manifesting for all this while. So that's when journaling comes into handy. And now I'm going to go. Just notice this is also yellow. Apparently I have a thing for yellow now. So now that I'm done journaling, it is time for me to organize and plan for the next day. For that I use this black planner and I write everything down, and at the same time I also put everything down on my Notion. Notion is a planning and organizing app. I have it both on my desktop as well as on my phone. So firstly I plan on paper and then I transfer it to my desktop, and then it automatically syncs to my phone. Even though I love Notion, there is just something about writing your to-do list on a piece of paper or in a planner that just brings in so much more peace and satisfaction to your mind. I hope you take away something from this video, and do let me know in the comment section what will your version of that cool routine look like, and what do you think are the loopholes of this trend. Rest, you know the drill. Like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to give me your feedback in general. Ta-da, see you next time.